Hi, today's video I want to share with you some ways to relieve low back pain. The most common one that people get is what's called sciatica nerve pain, and it usually stems in the base of your spine, right in your sacrum. There's a joint in there, and if the nerves get impinged, it can create a lot of different symptoms. Sometimes it's got the classic going down the leg. Sometimes it's just diffused around the whole low back. It's stiff. It hurts to move. It's hard to get up and down. So when you have that inflammation in your back, it's not necessarily a time that you want to put a lot of pressure right into the joint. So I happen to be having some low back discomfort. So I thought, what a better time than to show you what I do to rehab. Now, it was worse earlier in the week. I've been doing this a little bit every day, and I'm really pretty good to go now. There's still a little bit of lingering discomfort, and I can't wait to get back to my regular rolling practice. Soon I'll be able to do all the stuff in the back and the low spine. But because of this sacrum being inflamed, I'm not going to put a lot of pressure right into the spine and the sacrum there because whenever you have a place of inflammation, whether it's in your shoulder, your knee, or something, you want to use a more diffuse ball. You want to be very careful about rolling into any kind of inflammation. So it's best to do the surrounding tissues. So, like if your shoulder, the back of your shoulder blade hurts, you want to concentrate more on the front and the neck. Or even the side leading up to it. But because the sacrum is quite tight, I'm going to avoid rolling right onto the sacrum and instead focus on the front of the spine to make space, all in the lower belly muscles that all attach to that spine, and also the pubic bone, maybe even a little bit in the inner thigh, so that you get this nice open area. So grab the gold ball because it's the most diffuse. And you're going to go ahead and I want to just start with the ball right on the pubic bone. Oh, my little buddy came in to join me. Goodbye. Anyway, go ahead and put the ball right into the pubic bone. And I want you to, so if it's really hard to move, just put the ball right here and you can lean on it and just have your knees down, your toes over. And if it's super hard to even stay in this position, you can use a second ball into your chest. And I just want you to let that sacrum open and unwind over the ball. So the pubic bone is your support, and then I want you to really relax your glute muscles. And take a big breath and exhale and inhale. Okay, take this ball out. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to push yourself back and let that ball go just above your pubic bone. And you're going to just stay here. You can even leave these knees down. So the base of the pubic bone is around the back edge of the ball. And you're just going to breathe. So this is right where the sacrum and the lumbar merge. So it's affecting the other side of the body. And take a big breath. Good. And another breath. So the more you breathe really deep and full, it stretches the tissue from the inside out and warms it and creates more flexibility in the tissue. So when you breathe, I want you to really breathe into that low back and feel the belly expand into the ball. More, keep breathing. And exhale. Good. Now just slowly roll off of that. And then I want you to take the ball into the right side, excuse me, this is my left side, left crest of your hip, like so. And you're going to roll that ball on there like that. And just straighten this leg out. The other knee can come down, toes over. Go and cross this other forearm here. And you can, if you can lengthen out like this, great. If it hurts your back, you can just modify, but try to straighten that working side leg. And I want you to just have the ball. So the ball is going to be below your belly button. And just on this crest of the hip, you can move a little side to side. And when you roll that ball slightly in towards the belly, you're going to feel it just trace above that pubic bone in that low belly, really in that oblique. And again, get some breath here and exhale. And again, you can always use that other ball if you feel like you can't stay here. We're not going to move real far. We're just going to breathe. Breathe and send the breath all in your low back, all through your hip. Feel that low belly, the whole abdominal region expand in the ball. And then when you exhale, let everything relax. And another big breath and exhale and inhale and exhale. And I'm just going to let, as this starts to release, it feels good to let this wrap around. There's the crest of my hip. It can kind of curl around the ball a little bit deeper. And I just keep breathing and exhaling. And then slowly roll to one side to come off. And slowly take that ball out. Okay, we have to do the other side. So mine is inflamed on the left side, but I still want to make sure I do the right side because sometimes that side is compensating. So again, get on your side, and then navel's here, pubic bone here, the ball's here. So it should be rolling below the belly button, not in the ribs. Get it on that crest. This arm, this leg can come to the left arm, left leg can be your kickstand. You can have the arm like this, but if you can stretch comfortably, go ahead and take the full extension. And remember, you always can. It's kind of nice just to have this other ball here. You don't want to rely on it to hold you up. You're still trying to use those core muscles because another thing that happens is the belly muscles feel really weak because this is so tight. So let's get some breathing going. Feel the belly expand. Exhale. Let that wrap around a little bit again. Let it get right into, slide it into the side of the belly a little bit. And take a couple breaths. Now, if this is super intense and you can't move this way yet, just you can always get off the ball if it's too much. But if you can do this, hang in there with me. Inhale. The big deep breathing into the belly is the best healing for this. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Let that melt in there. So I'm also not gripping these muscles. Even though my leg is long, I'm not like, I'm really just trying to let this hip just expand and wrap. So this is going into all the viscera, in towards the anterior spine, getting the obliques, the psoas, some of those other deeper abdominal muscles. And then slowly just roll off and come off the balls. Okay, so I'm going to you can use whichever one you want. You can use the gold or the pearl. I like the pearl. I'm going to stay on this side and we're going to do one more routine here. So we're going to just bring this leg out to the side like so. So let me get back a little bit so you can see. So you want this straight out to the side. And if you roll, just put that ball right into the groin area. And then I want you to just totally relax. Come on down. I like to make one hand over the other, and then I can put my forehead. And then there's room for my face. And I can have my neck and my spine straight. And as I just take this position, you can also do this off the side of a bed and let this hang. It feels really good. But you can also do it right here on the floor. And you want it right on the edge of, like right in that groin area, right where the side of the bone of the pubis and the inner leg, the inner thigh muscles meet, right on because you can feel your sit bone back here. So get that ball right there. And the more you just let this relax, you're like feeling all these muscles that get so tight. Just let them go. So if you feel like you can't let that go, just consciously like tense them and then let them go. You can, so sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good to check in by tensing a muscle, know that, oh, I am tensing and I haven't let it go completely. So just let that unwind. This leg is just straight. This knee is down. The other part of the foot is just bent. So it kind of creates a right angle, but you want to be straight out from the joint. And then just keep breathing here. You don't have to do anything else. Just breathe. And inhale. And exhale. And go ahead and roll over to one side. And I'm going to do that on the other side. Come on down. Get that ball into the groin. So get that leg out to the side, straight out. Put the ball right there where the thigh bone meets into the front. So we're really working the front of the joint, which helps this relax. This is my achy side. make a fist with my hands like this, one over the other, like a sandwich. And then I just put my forehead down so that I can relax my spine. And I can tell on this side, I've got to give a couple breaths here because I can feel that there's like some holding in here really deep where I've got the pain. Because my pain I feel all through the low back and the sacrum and the hip. I don't really get anything down the leg, but that's just the way mine manifested. Everybody's symptoms are going to be a little different. But breathe, breath, breath, breath. Breath is so powerful. When you're in pain, if you can breathe, you are sending healing energy to the tissue. And that now that I'm here for a bit, now, oh, there I can finally let that go. Keep breathing deep and full. Really, so you can even concentrate on sending the breath here. In the belly, it's really easy to feel because you feel your belly expand, and not so easy to feel the breath go here, but it is because you're breathing into your low ribs, you're breathing into the low part of your thorax and your pelvis, into that low spine where it lives down in here, as that's where the inflammation is. You can even visualize it relaxing, visualize the pain subsiding, letting this get a break. Sometimes it's so bad that you can't even cough or sneeze, or it sends you into a tizzy. And slowly come off of that and slowly make your way to seated. Okay. Now, it takes some time for inflammation to go down. So, but this is going to help speed the healing. It may not, completely take it away until that inflamed nerve, the pressure goes off of it, but it's certainly going to help, and it's going to make other things less grippy and I don't, what's the word I'm looking for? When you're really with the other side of the body starts, you want to keep yourself strong. So let's go ahead and grab that gold ball again. I don't want to put pressure really deep into my sacrum again, but I can lean back so that if I curl back a little bit and I can just hold the back here, you can also, just hold your knees, bring your feet in and get that ball right in that lumbar curve, right center. And then take a breath if this is available to you. Another thing you can do if it's really hard to hold yourself up and you don't have the core strength because your back is so sore, is you can do this against the wall like this. And you can just lean like this into that ball and breathe. And you can support your shoulders so that it holds you up. But if you can do this, all the better, because then you can really focus on the front spine to back spine connecting. Let your shoulders relax. Take some big breaths and then just let yourself lean back as a unit. You're not throwing your upper body back. You're just leaning it you want to stay pretty straight with your upper body curled forward. So my gaze can look forward and breathe and inhale. So I really can zero in on my navel and feel it expand with breath and exhale. And as I exhale, I can let that draw towards my spine. Inhale, let it all expand. And as I exhale, that can draw towards my spine. And then I can just slide forward and get that ball like right at the tip of the shoulder blades. And I'm just going to stay here. We're not going to arch. We're not going to do anything because, again, I don't want to overstimulate. We're trying to calm the nerves. We're trying to do it very easy. And I can just scooch back down, get that ball into the neck. So when you get it into the neck, see that your shoulder blades can relax away from the ears and flatten your shoulder blades onto the floor. Open your palms to the sky. You can press in your feet and lengthen your spine away. Sometimes that moves the ball a little bit deeper into the neck. And inhale. So as you're really tight, it's good to lengthen the spine so that we can stand more straight and we don't put undue pressure into that joint. Good. And then as you inhale, take one hand to support the head, the other takes the ball out. And exhale. And then just lay out on the floor and see if you notice any relief. Now, you can take more time in each one of these moves. You can just play them over and pause them and to do several more breaths. And the most important way to get up when you're, this is even a good way to get out of bed in the morning. You want to crawl to one side and you want to use your hands to push you up. I don't have any pain when I do that. Now if you're really in a lot of pain on the hips, it's hard to get up from the floor. Come to all fours, and then you want to try to get one foot and then the other, and then you can walk yourself up like so. So I hope that helps. It is always a drag to feel that low back pain, and it sometimes can come out of nowhere and it can take some time to heal. And you want to get some good heat. Some people like ice. I like heat. I like deep hot Epsom salt baths with like about 4 cups of Epsom salts in the water is really good to soak. And it's also really good to continue to move, continue to walk, continue to try to move as much as you can because circulation and blood flow are going to also help you heal. The worst thing you can do when you have pain like that is sitting. So if you have to work and you have to do things like that, maybe you can get a standing desk situation until you can and take small breaks sitting, but move more frequently if you have to sit for work because that puts a lot of pressure on that joint. So I hope this information was good for you. And I have a lot of other videos on YBR Anytime, which you can go up into the nav bar on YouTube and see. And please subscribe to the channel. And thank you for watching.